of Stuttgart, Arkansas. I'm Cole Sherman. Andrew Skinner is on the EAB Stuttgart YouTube channel. Rachel Sherman, my daughter, also will be helping us out. Derek Thacker is back at the station on the Country 97.3 board as we are around 8 minutes away from first pitch between the Birds and the Eagles in a non-conference matchup where Stuttgart is coming off of a very, very nice win over the Warren Lumberjacks yesterday at Warren, picking up their fourth win of the season over the Lumberjacks. And so, man, it is a beautiful day here in Stuttgart. Very few clouds in the sky, but it is windy. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and open to see just how windy it is. I'm going to open this window and see if we can keep it open for the duration of the broadcast. Stuttgart has already gone through their pregame warm-ups. They've taken infield. Mayflower's out on the field right now. And they are going through their pregame infield. We do have a starting lineup for the Eagles. We have yet to be given a starting lineup for the Ricebirds in this one. We expect to get that before first pitch. We will have the national anthem here in just about 3 minutes. So this is the Blue Seal Petroleum pregame show. Welcome in. If you're making us a part of your Tuesday afternoon, welcome. The Ricebirds with just a few more opportunities before the spring break. And then, of course, once spring break is over, it is into conference play, the games that matter the most, as Stuttgart is hoping to have the opportunity to win the inaugural 6-4A conference title and earn the number 1 seed at the regional tournament, which will be played right here at the Ricebird Field. And so we'll talk about that just for a few moments, as we really haven't mentioned that as a part of the pregame shows the last couple of weeks. Stuttgart was given the honor of hosting the 4A2 regional tournament this year, baseball and softball, right here in the brand new facilities that were finished up over the last summer, and that is a huge deal for a number of reasons. One, Stuttgart's never hosted a regional. Two, the fact that keeps us from having to travel, as traveling in the regionals in Class 4A has been a challenge for the Birds recently. We've been to Brooklyn in northeast Arkansas. We went to DeQueen just a couple of years ago. We've traveled to Nashville. I mean, pretty much regional tournaments have been anywhere from 2 to 3 hour drives for the Ricebirds in baseball and softball. That is not the case. It is right outside the front door. They're going to be able to walk from their last period class and head on over and get dressed in their own locker room in the clubhouse, and that hopefully will be a big help to the Ricebirds in the regional tournament. Of course, the regional tournament will be the host, will play host to the top 4 teams out of our conference, the 6-4A, and then that Northeast Arkansas Conference, the 3-4A, that traditional conference that Stuttgart has competed against, I should say, as part of the 4A East Regional, the old East. Of course, the regional tournament used to only be 3 regionals in the state of Arkansas, North, East, and South. Now there's 4. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is the 2 regional that we're participating in. And so it's the top 4 teams from each of those 2 conferences. Then the top 4 teams from that regional move on to the 4A state tournament. And the 4A state tournament this year hosted by Monticello. So Stuttgart, if they can make it that far, will not have bad travel, only about an hour away, a little bit over an hour into Monticello. But they're in southeast Arkansas. And there went my go get that for me. I just lost my my lineup out the window to the wind. I don't know if it's gone or not. Well, you can hear the wind as I've just stuck my head outside. There it is. Rachel went and got it for me. It is a very windy day here as we are just thank you very much, Rachel, as we are literally just moments away from the national anthem. So while they take care of the starting lineups in the national anthem, we're going to take a commercial break as part of the Blue Seal Petroleum pregame show. And when we come back, we'll have the starting lineups, certainly for the Mayflower Eagles and hopefully for the Stuttgart Ricebirds if we get that information before we come back after this break in 3 minutes. We'll be back in 3 minutes. You're listening to Ricebird Baseball on Country 97.3. It's a part of the EAB Sports Radio Network.
Is their privilege. Blue Seal extends a heartfelt thank you to their valued customers across Arkansas and surrounding counties. Your trust in Blue Seal for your fuel, tire, and service needs is truly appreciated. It's your loyalty that has fueled their commitment to excellence for over 80 years. From the entire team at Blue Seal Petroleum, thank you for choosing them. They're here for you always. When you need them, call Blue Seal in DeWitt at 870-946-2281. And for Stuttgart, call 870-673-3126.
Hi, this is Jennifer Smith from Wilcox Wilkerson Jewelers. The real value in any jewelry is the sentimental connection that you have to the pieces you own. The beautiful earrings your grandparents gave you when you graduated. The amazing engagement ring your fiance surprised you with. The watch your company presented you with when you retired from your job. For over 50 years, Wilkerson's has been a part of those special moments. And we love that we get to be a small part of some of the most important experiences of your lives. No matter what your budget, come in to shop or check us out online at wilkersonjewelers.com. Easy financing and layaway are available. At Wilkerson Jewelers in beautiful downtown Stuttgart, we want to build memories with you.
Express Employment Professionals in Stuttgart has immediate openings for all job types and skill levels. Come in today to apply or go online to expresspros.com. Express is now hiring clerical, office and administration, warehouse and production, equipment operators, CDL drivers, welders, machine operators, general labor, and all sorts of skilled trades. Even if you're just thinking about a new job, start your search with Express Employment Professionals at 1904 South Main in Stuttgart. Come in today or go online to expresspros.com.
At Ag Heritage Farm Credit Services, we've been a leader in ag lending for over 100 years. With our deep knowledge of the industry and multiple loan products to choose from, Ag Heritage Farm Credit Services can offer the most personalized service available. Whether you're in the market for real estate, equipment, or operating loan expenses, our trusted lenders are here to help you every step of the way. As a customer-owned financial institution, we understand that growing your business is truly our business. So why wait? Give one of our trusted lenders a call at 870-673-1558 today and take the next step toward a brighter future for your farm, ranch, or rural living needs.
Baptist Health Women's Clinic Stuttgart is committed to providing quality patient care through all stages of a woman's life. We understand that different health concerns come with each new phase of a woman's life, so we provide education services, trained staff, and a board-certified OBGYN to meet every female body need. From pregnancy and childbirth to osteoporosis and gynecological exams, Baptist Health delivers the care you need to pursue a lifetime of wellness. Learn more at BaptistHealthWomen.com. Baptist Health, for you, for life.
Do you know how much life insurance your partner has? What company is it with? Do you have life insurance? Is it through your employer only, or do you have a policy that you own? This is Holly Brothers, and as a life insurance agent, it is my responsibility to discuss the types of coverage available to you and put a plan in place for when your employer no longer provides coverage. Life insurance costs more as we age, so don't wait to apply. Let's lock in your rate today and save. Give Keith or myself a call at Connection Insurance 870-673-9249.
Just about ready for baseball. We still do not have the starting lineup for the Ricebirds, so we'll be able to give you the defensive lineup once they take the field, but we will not have the batting order. We do have, however, the batting order for the Mayflower Eagles. We'll give that to you right now. Leading things off is the shortstop, number 6, Cameron Kinnemer. Batting second will be the second baseman, number 7, Tanner Reed. In the 3 spot is the first baseman, number 5, Keaton Woods. Hitting cleanup for the Eagles will be the right fielder, number 10, Ethan McCoy. Batting fifth is the third baseman, number 15, Caden Bartlett. The catcher, Walker Crumley, is in the 6th spot, followed by number 25, your left fielder, J.T. Chitwood. The designated hitter bats 8. That's number 8, John Bolding, and hitting 9th and playing center field this afternoon is number 22, Martrell Juergens. Not in the lineup, but on the mound this afternoon for the Eagles is Cale Ning. I'm going to have to get a proper pronunciation for his name since he's the pitcher. He's going to be talked about quite a bit, so I'm going to try to do better with that pronunciation. But that is the starting lineup for the Eagles. So, again, it's going to be Kinnemer, Reed, Woods, McCoy, Bartlett, Crumley, Chitwood, Bolding, and Juergens. The battery for the Eagles this afternoon, behind the plate, number 20, Walker Crumley, and on the mound, number 14, Cale Nyin. That is the lineup for the Eagles. I don't have a record. I actually kind of got behind things today. Was not able to get all of my normal pregame stuff taken care of. We were running a little bit behind today, so I don't have a record for the Eagles. I do know that Mayflower competes in Class 3A, so they're going to be stepping up in classification here this afternoon and in competition. Across the way, the Stuttgart Lady Ricebirds are playing a little bit of softball as they're hosting the Crosset Eagles. Now, things are a little bit different today. We expected to actually bring you that softball game against the Crosset Eagles, but just about an hour or so before we were set to go on the air, I talked to Stuttgart head softball coach Logan Prince, and he said that they were going to actually play the JV game first, followed by the varsity. And so that's the reason, instead of listening to softball or watching softball this afternoon, it's going to be it's baseball. So we'll get caught up. We'll make sure that we get some softball in after spring break. Talking to Coach Prince, he's still dealing with injuries, a couple of injuries, key injuries to his starter and his starting shortstop. And so he's still trying to get healthy, as the Lady Ricebirds, to be very blunt, are struggling out of the gate this season. They lost 10-0 yesterday to Heber Springs. Actually, that game was played on the campus of UCA. And so Coach Prince struggling in the early part of the season, but he also has two very, very important pieces to his lineup and his defensive alignment not available right now. And so once that changes after spring break, hopefully everybody will get back into their proper place in the lineup and into the defensive alignment, and that'll make a big difference. All right, here we go. The Ricebirds just broke up their pregame meeting. They head out on the field right now, so we're going to try to get those defensive alignments for you. Looks like Bo Barnes is going to be the starter at third base today, while J.D. Herzog handles business over at shortstop. Looks to me like Knox Hillman is the man at second. I believe that's Knox. And then at first base, you've got Dagan Duncan. On the bump, looks like maybe Keaton Byers is going to draw the start this afternoon with Hayden Prine behind the plate. Lane Smith patrols left field. I believe that's Austin Fontenot in center. And then the right fielder, that's another lefty. That's got to be Cameron Rogers. So a couple of left-handers out in the outfield today is that right? Yeah, so Rogers is in right, Fontenot in center, and Lane Smith in left. That's your outfield. The battery for the Ricebirds this afternoon. Behind the plate, Hayden Prine. On the bump is the sophomore Keaton Byers. Number 5, big right-hander. Well, not all that big, but he's more than capable. We saw Keaton last week as he got Stuttgart out of some fire, out of some jams in that loss to Woodlawn on Monday of last week. He inherited a bases-loaded, nobody-out situation, and if it weren't for the infield being drawn in and a couple of C&I singles, he might have gotten out of that inning, certainly with a few runs scored. But as it was, Woodlawn ended up winning that game. I believe it was 11-4. I had to go back and look. But that is the defensive alignment for the Ricebirds. The lineup for Mayflower leading things off, as I've already said, the shortstop, Cameron Kinnemer, batting second in the top of the first inning will be the second baseman, Tanner Reed. Keaton Woods, the first baseman, will hit third. If anyone reaches, the right fielder, Ethan McCoy, will come to the plate. So, as we are just about ready for first pitch, we'll remind you that was the Blue Seal Petroleum pregame show. And now it's time for Ricebird Baseball. If you're listening on Country 97.3, welcome. If you are watching us on the EAB Stuttgart YouTube channel, also welcome to you. As we are just about ready for first pitch. Looks like we're going to have a first pitch that's a little bit late, so it looks like 5:04 is going to be our official start time in this one. As the meeting on the mound is broken up, and Kinnemer will dig in from the right side. And am I crazy, or is he wearing shorts? Or does he just have those baseball pants tucked up well above his? I've never in my life seen this. Are those shorts? If those aren't shorts, what are we doing? Oh, my goodness. First pitch from Byers is upstairs. Listen, y'all, I can't get over what I'm seeing out there. The coach looks like it's okay. So what it looks like is they've both got on uniform bottoms that might have been worn by Honus Wagner back in the 19-teens. If you're watching us online, you might can see they're in all black as that ball misses outside. They're in all black, so it's hard to see the top, the bottom, and the socks. But, wow, I have never seen such ugly baseball pants in my life. I'm not going to hold back, Fontenot. I'm not going to do it. Here comes the 2-0. And, yeah, not all of them are wearing it as Byers falls behind 3-0. But you know what? At the same time, I respect each to their own. I respect wanting to be different and doing your own thing. It's not my point. Who cares if I like it or not? I'm not from Mayflower. I think the Ricebird unis are pretty sharp, personally. As Byers works the 3-0, and he has given up a leadoff walk to start this one. Kinnemer will drop down to first base. So maybe I just need to shut up as Kinnemer stands on first with nobody out in the top of the first. Well, I tell you, those black unis that they wore, I believe it was Thursday of last week with the bird on the chest, those babies are going to be hot come May, but, man, they are sharp. They were some good-looking uniforms. Someday those babies would be hot, though. Of course, in the spring season, it doesn't really get too hot. As Kinnemer takes a small lead at first, Byers works from the stretch. And he shows bunt, and bunts it foul. This is Tanner Reed at the plate, the second baseman. He bats with nobody out and a runner at first. Dagan Duncan is the first baseman holding Kinnemer on. As the stands begin to get a few additional spectators, we've got a pretty good crowd down that first base line in the lawn chairs. Can't really call those lawn chairs anymore, though. I mean, they've got hydraulics and they rock pretty soon. There's a ground ball. That's going to get through. C&I single into right field. Boy, he didn't go first to third on that. All right, so first and second with nobody out, and Mayflower threatening here in the top of the first inning with their first baseman, Keaton Woods, at the plate. So a leadoff walk and a C&I single have put 2 on with nobody out for the Eagles here in the top of the first inning. And they are making me eat my words about those ugly pants. All black unis, gold across the chest, purple helmets. It's an interesting color combo. As Byers has to work out of a first inning jam. He works from the stretch. Pitch to Woods there's a strike. And Byers is ahead 0-1. We'll try to get you updated on that JV game between the Birds and, well, just as I looked over there, it looks like it's 2-0 in favor of Crossett to start things out over there. As the 0-1 pitch from Byers here in the baseball game is on the way. Pop up. Is that going to stay in play? A lot of foul ground here. It might. Will the wind push it out? It will. So into what would be about the 4th row if we had bleachers down that third base line. Didn't know if maybe it would stay. I believe the wind actually probably pushed that one out of play, or that would have probably been a P5. But as it is, it's an 0-2 count on the Eagle first baseman. Runners take their lead, big lead at second. Well, they've got him picked off. Had him picked off if they would have done it. Big lead at second. They're going to deliver the pitch, 0-2, driven in the air, left field. In comes Smith. He's going to catch it on a hop. They're going to stop the runner, and the bases are loaded. Good decision, as he would have been dead to right at home. Never make the first out of the inning at home. The only thing worse than making the first out of the inning at third is making it at home. And, boy, Mayflower has loaded the bases with nobody out here in the top of the first inning, and their cleanup batter, right fielder Ethan McCoy, comes to the plate. Byers left that 0-2 pitch up as it was just kind of about belt high, right in that wheelhouse. Byers will step off as he's going to work from the windup with the bases loaded. McCoy is a right-hander. He digs in as Byers works from the windup. Pitch is a strike at the knees, and he's ahead 0-1. 3-0 in the JV softball game. Cross it over the Lady Birds, just the top of the first. So similar outcomes right now, although Stuttgart hasn't given up a run, but Mayflower certainly threatening here. Ground ball, second base might be 2. No, they're going to come home with it. Hillman's throws in time, and that's an out. So Stuttgart had the infield drawn in the first inning, and it paid off as that was a routine. It's a fielder's choice put out for McCoy, and Kinnemer will be retired on a 4-2 put out. So, boy, and did I just hear Super Mario Brothers? Nice. Man, we are uptown here at the old Ricebird Athletic Complex today. We are getting better every day. So 1 gone here in the first. Pitches outside for ball 1. The base runners are Reed at third, Woods at second, McCoy at first. Caden Bartlett, third baseman, is at the plate. He bats with 1 out and the base is loaded. Here's the pitch. It is upstairs for ball 2. Nowhere to put him. Two and 0 count. Byers working pretty fast now as the runners take their lead. Stuttgart has the corners in, infield's background. That's going to be off the glove of Barnes into left field. 1 run scores. They're going to try to send the big man from second. Throw is in time. He's out at the plate. Lane Smith on the outfield assist. Stuttgart cuts down Keaton Woods trying to score from second from the second out of the first inning. An absolute dot from Lane Smith. Hayden Prine applies the tag. That's a 7-2 assist put out for the second out of the inning. The Mayflower coach wants to talk about it. I don't know what he wants to talk about. I mean, he's saying he tagged him on the shoulder. Well, yeah, he tagged him on the shoulder before he was a 1.5 foot from the plate. Wasn't even really that close, guys. They're going to talk about it. Nothing's going to change. And there's going to be 2 gone here in the top of the first. 1 run does score. That was Reed. So a single and an RBI for Bartlett. Woods is cut down on the 7-2 for the second out. McCoy ends up at second base. So 2 gone, runners at first and second here in the first. Birds trail 1-0. But boy, if Byers can get out of this with only 1 run scored, it's a Houdini act here as he had bases loaded, nobody out. Heck of a throw by Lane Saw there. Here's the pitch. It is a strike at the belt. I said Lane Saw. I meant Lane Smith. There's too many. I did that all basketball season. All basketball season. I got those kids messed up. All right, so who's at the plate? This is Crumley at the plate, and he hits one softly to the shortstop. Herzog stays back. He flips to second in time, but just barely. And that's going to be a put out of Bartlett at second base. So 6-4 on the put out. That's the third out of the inning. Mayflower scores 1. They leave 2. We'll be back in 90 seconds for the bottom of the first. Stuttgart trails 1-0. You're listening to Ricebird Baseball on Country 97.3.
Tohatsu Outboard offers 4-stroke motors from 2.5 to 250 horsepower, and all with a 5-year warranty. Built with their one-of-a-kind direct injection technology, Tohatsu has revolutionized environmental performance, uncompromising their pursuit of durable and lightweight outboard motors. And with interest rates as low as 4.99% financing, now is the time to get a new Tohatsu motor from Max Prairie Wings in Stuttgart. Call Max Prairie Wings in Stuttgart or click on maxbw.com. Great service and competitive prices. Max Prairie Wings in Stuttgart. The hunt begins here.
Are you tired of unreliable internet service? Do you constantly run over your data plan? Are you having trouble getting internet service where you live? With TechStream High-Speed Internet, you'll get consistent high speeds and low latency that doesn't stop at city limits. TechStream High-Speed Internet is perfect for homes, small and large businesses, farmers, and hunting clubs. You'll be able to stream, game, and surf with no interruptions. Servicing Arkansas, Lone Oak, Prairie, Jefferson, and Lincoln counties. TechStream is your locally owned and operated high-speed internet solution. Call toll-free 866-268-0101 or visit techstream.net.
At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we understand the success of your business takes more than just hard work. It takes an experienced partner who's in your corner. With local lending experts who understand our communities and a dedicated business solutions team, we offer the personalized service and the financial tools needed to grow and streamline your business. Visit gofm.bank to learn more. Farmers and Merchants Bank, in your corner, in your community, helping your business succeed every step of the way. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, we are back. Ricebirds trail 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. Leading things off, I believe that is that Scaife? I think that's Caden Scaife. Leading things off for the Ricebirds, Keaton Byers is on deck. Right fielder Caden Scaife is at the plate. Looks like J.D. Herzog will bat third in this order. 1-0, Stuttgart trails it. But, boy, Byers got out of a jam. Bases loaded, nobody out. 1 run scored. Lane Smith cut down the second run at second base, or at the plate on a very nice outfield assist. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Derek Thacker on the board, back at the Country 97.3 radio station. Love working with Derek. He is Johnny on the spot, as the 1-0 is outside ball 2. Right-hander on the mound for Mayflower, and that's Kale Nyen. Behind the plate is Walker Crumley. As the 2-0 to Scaife, he is going to work it to a 3-0 count now. So the same way Mayflower's inning began in the first, Scaife looking to work a leadoff walk here. Walks are runs if they're leadoff walks. Nothing happening over at the at Ned Mosley Stadium today. Of course, there was a track meet on Thursday, a little soccer action, and that is going to be a leadoff walk. So Scaife heads down to first base, and Keaton Byers will try to help himself with one on and nobody out. J.D. Herzog into the on-deck circle. Dagan Duncan waits in the hole. And then not a big right-hander at all. He's a little fella out there. Scaife not with much of a lead at all at first. Stuttgart was pretty aggressive. They're going to check on Scaife, even though he could almost fall down and get back to the bag. Grass here is really starting to come in. Looks a lot, even in 2 weeks' time, it looks better than what it did opening day. There goes Caden. He's going to try to steal second, and he will. Still like to see him slide there. You hate to run over the base. So that is going to be a stolen base for Caden Scaife. He heads down to second. He's in scoring position for Keaton Byers. And Young is yet to throw a strike, actually. It's 6 balls in a row. They're going to check on Scaife at second. He's back easily. Windy day here. Well, I went for a run yesterday, and running south was no fun. You had to get south in the beginning so you could enjoy your run north. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. That one caught the inside, and, boy, the catcher didn't do his pitcher any help at all with the way he caught that pitch. He was kind of bailing out over the inner half. And he might want to stay there a little longer and stick it, help his pitcher out. 1-1 count on Byers. Here it is, and, boy, that one missed way up. Scaife was gone, and, boy, he just gets in front of the tag. Very aggressive on the base path. Saw the Ricebirds, as Nguyen has only thrown 1 strike in 8 pitches so far. But Stuttgart has a base runner 90 feet away, trailing 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. J.D. Herzog's on deck as the 2-1 is up and away for ball 3, and Nguyen is really struggling to find that strike zone. He's not. These aren't pitches that the umpire can give him any help on at all. I mean, he's missing bad. He's working quick, too. He's in the windup, and there's a drive into center field. That's going to score a run. It's right at the center fielder. Scaife tags. He will beat the throw by plenty, and that'll be a sacrifice F8 for Byers to tie the score at 1. So that will be the first out of the inning for the Ricebirds. Byers with a sac F8 for the first out. J.D. Herzog bats now with the bases empty and 1 out. Duncan into the on-deck circle. And let's see who is. Yeah, no one's really stepped out in to that next spot. Looks like it might be Fontenot after Duncan. First pitch to Herzog's way upstairs for ball 1. Check on the softball score. It is 3-3 over in the JV, and looks like Crossett's batting in the second. As Herzog hits the 1-0 in the air, is it going to stay in play? First baseman comes over and just not quite fast enough, is it? A lot of foul ground here. A lot of foul ground. That was the glass of the windshield of your vehicle breaking, guys. That's what that was. Cool sound effects here, man. I love it. Fontenot, by the time regionals come around, man, he's going to be the man. Here comes the 1-1. That one is a curveball. Boy, I thought it was going to miss way up, but Young got it to break, and it almost caught the top of that strike zone. 2-1 now. As J.D. looks to put a man on with 1 out. 1-1 is your score. Bottom of the first inning. That one's down and away, and it's 3-1. So Young is in danger of walking his second batter of the inning. 3-1 count on the Ricebirds shortstop, with first baseman Dagan Duncan on deck. Here comes the 3-1. Hit in the air, right side again. First baseman Woods gives it a look. He might be able to make it. Wow. I thought he could. Kind of ran a banana route to get to that one. I have ran my share of banana routes in the outfield, so I know what a banana route looks like. Yeah, there was nothing straight line about that route. But hey, he's playing on the infield. He's not used to catching the fly ball. So JD goes 3-2. He's got new life here. A couple of foul balls have hit the ground. A lot of foul territory here. Here comes the 3-2. Missed up, and that's going to be a walk. So Herzog heads down to first with a one-out walk. And Dagan Duncan will dig in from that left side. It is Austin Fontenot who will be on deck. Looks like Bo Barnes is the man in the hole right now, so I'm going to go ahead and make that adjustment on my lineup card. Duncan bats from the left side. As Herzog with a little bigger lead. There he goes. That's a good pitch to run on, and Herzog will steal second without a throw. Well, Stuttgart is going to try to run the Eagles to death here, it looks like. And, well, we may be in store for a long baseball game today. It has not been a crisp, efficient thing of beauty so far. Herzog with the lead at second. Kind of hold him on there as Young comes set. Here's the pitch to Duncan, ground ball, second base. That's going to move the runner up. Second baseman makes a nice play, 4-3 on the putout. And that brings Austin Fontenot to the plate. Fontenot, a little back-to-back lefties. Stuttgart with 3 left-handers in the starting lineup here today. I love it. Center fielder, a right fielder, and a first baseman. All southpaws for the Birds today. As Fontenot digs in. He has to hit a base hit to drive that run home. Ground ball weakly hit to Young at pitch, and he will retire Fontenot. 1-3 on the putout. That'll do it for the Ricebirds here in the first as they leave one stranded, but they do push one across, tie the score at 1. We head to the top of the second inning. With our score tied at 1, we'll be back in 90 seconds. You're listening to Ricebird Baseball on Country 97.3.
At Blue Seal Petroleum, serving you is their privilege. Blue Seal extends a heartfelt thank you to their valued customers across Arkansas and surrounding counties. Your trust in Blue Seal for your fuel, tire, and service needs is truly appreciated. It's your loyalty that has fueled their commitment to excellence for over 80 years. From the entire team at Blue Seal Petroleum, thank you for choosing them. They're here for you always. When you need them, call Blue Seal in DeWitt at 870-946-2281. And for Stuttgart, call 870-673-3126.
Freemeyer's Best Brands Plus has been supporting Ricebirds athletics for 46 years in Stuttgart. We're honored to be a part of the Ricebird tradition. Freemeyer's has joined with some of the best brands in America, including Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Lazy Boy, and Sealy, to be able to supply our customers with the best values. Now, Freemeyer's has gone a step further with guaranteed price matching. If you need home furnishings, make sure you check with Freemeyer's, 201 South Main in downtown Stuttgart. Best brands, best prices, best people.
Pearson Company in Stuttgart has been bringing you the best in pre-engineered steel buildings for many years. Offering the very latest in design engineering, your steel building is engineered and tailored to your exact specifications with the minimum amount of wasted space. Pearson Company specializes in complete turnkey projects. Pearson Company offers complete construction services from beginning to end. For your pre-engineered steel building needs, look to Pearson Company, 209 North Burkle in Stuttgart, where quality and construction go hand in hand.
Top of the second inning, Keaton Byers on for his second inning of work, 1-1. Ricebirds and the Mayflower Eagles. Leading things off will be the left fielder, J.T. Chitwood. John Bolding, the designated hitter, bats second. Martrell Juergens, the center fielder, hits third. And then if they can extend the inning, back to the top of the order in Kinnemer. Ricebirds pushed one across in the first. Had leadoff walk. Boy, it's amazing how many times a leadoff walk comes around to score, and it was the case in both halves of the first inning. As Byers misses way outside. Byers walked the leadoff man. It was the only run to score in that bases loaded, no one out situation. Mayflower walked Scaife to lead off the bottom of the first, and he came around to score. 1-0 hit in the air right side, out of play. Anybody going to make the play there in the stands? No, they're going to let it hit. I think it might have actually gone into the parking lot. Sounded like maybe. 1-1 count on the batter, Chitwood. I wonder if he's related to Jimmy Chitwood of Hoosiers fame. That pitch is fouled out of play, 1-2. So Byers is ahead. Ricebirds defensively around the horn. Dagan Duncan at third. Knox Hillman, the freshman, getting the start today at second. Hertzog's at short. Barnes is at third. Smith in left. Fontenot and Rogers, the other two outfielders, swinging a miss. It hits the dirt. Prine will have to throw down to first to record the out. He does. K2-3 on the putout of Chitwood for the first out. Nice start here to the second inning for Byers. That brings the designated hitter, John Bolding, to the plate. Bolding hits from the right side. He'll dig in pretty. He's not right on the plate, but he's close. He's definitely trying to take that inside corner away as Byers starts him off with a fastball that he fouls down the third baseline. Coach comes in, makes the play, flips it to the on-deck man, and he will most assuredly, he dropped it. He will hand it to the umpire. Mr. David Fox is our umpire behind the plate today. Not sure who our base ump is. Here comes the one-strike delivery from Byers. That is a strike, middle, where you want it at. That was a center-cut fastball that Byers gets ahead on 0-2. Working quickly now. Thought it was going to be a line drive. I don't know if the wind held it up or if he just didn't hit it as hard as I thought he did. It's going to be a routine line out, soft liner to the shortstop for the second out of the inning. Thought that was going to be a base hit. So the second out is an L6 of Bolding. That brings Juergens to the plate. And Juergens also, okay, I am convinced it is not shorts. They have taken their baseball pants and they have them tucked up underneath themselves about 3.5 inches above their knee. And that strike over the inner half. And I'm not 100% positive that that's socks the whole way. I think they've got on like running pants or something. I'm so confused. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike two. How many batting gloves does he have? He's got one on his left hand, one on his right hand. He looks like he's got two hanging out of his pocket. Or is that the sliding mitt? Everybody wears the sliding mitt now. Here comes the 0-2, outside. That one got to the backstop. It looks like batting gloves. Maybe that's his cold weather gloves. It's not. You know, there's nothing. Redundancy is important. You got to have a little redundancy in your life, and because you just never know. 1-2 count. 2 outs. Base is empty. Here comes the 1-2. Curveball missed up. Mayflower looks young to me, and just watching these kids come to the plate, looks like a very young team. I'm sure they will get better as the year goes on. That's a swing and a miss, and that's going to do it for the Eagles here in the second inning. No runs on no hits. 1-2-3 goes Mayflower. They'll send the top of the order to the plate in the third, but not before the Ricebirds bat in the bottom of the order. Back in 90 seconds. You're listening to Ricebird Baseball on Country 97.3.
No appointment? No problem. If you need medical care right away, visit Urgent Care of Stuttgart, where you can walk in without an appointment and get help without a long wait for a wide variety of illnesses and injuries, from stitches and broken bones to allergies and colds. Urgent Care of Stuttgart is conveniently located at 22nd and Park Avenue. Clinic hours are Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. For more, visit facebook.com/Urgent Care Stuttgart or call 870-672-0911. Urgent Care of Stuttgart at 22nd and Park Avenue. Get sick, get seen today.
This is Kim Buffet. When it comes to personalized shopping, our staff at Coker Hampton Drug Company and Gift Shop in downtown Stuttgart are your trusted tastemakers. With nearly 100 years in our charming downtown, our gift shop offers a unique shopping experience, including bridal and baby registries. Explore our curated selection of many popular and well-known brands and products, from apparel to gourmet food, jewelry, and more. Join us where thoughtful presents meet personalized service at Coker Hampton Drug Company and Gift Shop at 218 South Main in downtown Stuttgart.
Whether you've got 100 acres to mow or just some brush out back, show Brush who's boss. Wood's line of rotary cutters match a variety of tractors and applications, so you can start clearing tall grass or tough brush right away. With high lift blades and deeper decks for a better overall cut quality, you won't find any other rotary cutters that keep your land in line like Wood's. Stop in to Prairie Implement Company in Stuttgart to find the right Wood's rotary cutter for your next job.
Bo Barnes leads things off for the Birds here in the bottom of the second inning. And the first pitch he sees is a fastball outside for ball one. After Barnes, it looks like Rogers will bat. And then Lane Smith has got to be lurking in there somewhere, maybe Hayden Prine. Here comes the 0-1. It misses inside ball 2. Barnes is got those toes right on that chalk line. He is definitely taking away the inner half. 2-0 on the way from Young is tapped foul behind home plate. 2-1 now.
Hey, Daddy. What can you get for $2?
There's a ground ball to the third baseman. Third baseman Fields, nice strong throw across the diamond, and that is the first out of the inning. 5-3 put out of Barnes. Drew the first baseman off the bag a little bit. He came back on the bag and tagged him for good measure. Cameron Rogers batting now as Knox Hillman comes into the on-deck circle. Lane Smith presumably will hit ninth. My daughter just asked me, what can you get for $2 at the concession stand? I have no idea, but you should go find out. Did we even bring that money in? Did we? Well, go find out. Go see.
Okay.
Yeah, see if they can get a popcorn or something. Going to support the Ricebird Booster Club. I think the Booster Club does the baseball, softball. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Rogers. He hits one right back through the box, base hit. So that is first base hit of the night for the Birds. A one-out single by right fielder Cameron Rogers. Knox Hillman, the freshman. I was talking to a buddy of mine last week and made the comment. I said, I would not be shocked at all if we don't see Knox Hillman find his way into the lineup. And I didn't expect it before spring break, but here we are. He is in the lineup. He has definitely got the best walk-up song of anybody on the team, in my opinion. Rogers with a baby lead over there at first. They're going to check on him anyway. Hayden Prine is in the on-deck circle. Stuttgart has stolen, they haven't been successful in attempting to steal second every time they've had a base runner. We'll see if that continues as Rogers with a intermediate lead. There he goes. Pitch is a good one to throw him out. It's in the dirt, and the second baseman can't handle it. If the second baseman can handle that, that is a put out of Rogers, as it was a pitch that was outside and up. Good pitch to throw on, but Rogers is in there safely. He didn't get a very good jump at all, but he's in scoring position with one out here in the bottom of the second inning as Hillman digs in from that right side. Young checks on the runner. Now he'll come set from the chest, and Hillman pops one up. That will not advance the runner. Second baseman backs up, makes the catch, and there's two gone. So Hillman will be put out on a P4. Hayden Prine bats now, and then the top of the order. So if Prine can extend the inning to Caden Scaife, Lane Smith is apparently the man in the defensive lineup that will not be batting this afternoon. Over that softball game, it looks like Crossett leads 6-3 in the JV game. As Rogers takes the lead, curveball caught the top of the zone. That is a really good curveball. That ball has got a ton of break. It's a slow one. If you can keep your hands back, you can do damage, but it is a big breaking curveball. That's been his best pitch. As the 0-1 to Prine from Yin. They're going to check on the runner, and he's back pretty safely. He's going to be careful not moving that hand off the bag. Well, the tag was applied. That was close. 1-1, we are tied. Bottom two. Both teams scored a run in the first. Lead-off walks, in fact. Mayflower went 1-2-3 in the second. As Young works from the stretch, here's the pitch. Prine pops it up right side. That might be trouble. Wynn's going to play tricks with this. First baseman goes back. Second baseman with a nice basket catch in foul territory to retire the side. It would have been foul either way, but that is a tough play to make. It's kind of in that triangle, and so Stuttgart will strand a runner in the bottom of the second inning. No runs on one hit, one left on base. We go to the top of three, tied at 1, back in 90 seconds. You're listening to Ricebird Baseball on Country 97.3.
A generator is one of those things you never think about until you need it. How about a hot shower? It's amazing how important the little things really are in these situations. At Durden's in Stuttgart, we like to help make the little things easier. That's why we're now your local authorized Generac dealer. And that's important too, because not all companies can sell, install, and provide warranty service on your generator, but Durden's can. Let's face it, a generator is a big investment. Keep it ready to run correctly so you're not left in the dark when the next storm or outage happens. Call us today at 673-1356 for home backup options, portable generators, and even commercial options for your business. You can also request service for your generator online at durdeninc.com/schedule. Let's skip the cold showers and save the candlelight dinners just for date night.
Durden's in Stuttgart. Guaranteed comfort since 1960. Renting equipment for your next project is easy when you call U.S. Irrigation Distributors in Stuttgart and DeWitt. Trenchers, log splitters, generators, and pump sets can all be rented from U.S. Irrigation, where you'll find the farmer's favorite lineup of equipment and supplies. Levee gates, steel, PVC, and polypipe. Supplies like drip oil, dance boots with chaps, the original muck boot, and Twisted X footwear. It's all at U.S. Irrigation Distributors, Highway 165 north of Stuttgart, or at 550 Highway 165 north in DeWitt.
Keaton Byers back on the mound for his third inning of work. He worked a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the second. He looks to retire the top of the Mayflower order. It's Kinnemer, Reed, and Woods. If anyone reaches, McCoy will bat. Kinnemer actually led the game off with a leadoff walk in the first. He came around to score. Reed reached on a walk, and then Woods hit into that fielder's choice, that Lane Smith got that outfield assist at the plate. So top of the order from Mayflower. They will try to do damage here in the top of the third inning. Eagles have out-hit the Birds 2-1. As Kinnemer will dig in. No changes defensively for the Ricebirds here in the top of the third inning. As Byers working from that windup, first pitch is outside for ball one. Softball, Stuttgart trails across at 6-3 in the bottom. Can't tell if that's the top of the third or the bottom of the third. I think it's might be the bottom of the third. As the 1-0 from Byers to the Mayflower shortstop is fouled off out of play into the parking lot. Couple of nice plays by the Mayflower second baseman in the bottom of the second. 1-1 pitch upstairs. 2-1. Two balls and a strike. Here it is. Hit in the air, center field. Fontenot comes in, camps out underneath it, makes the catch. F8 to put out of Kinnemer. That brings Tanner Reed to the plate. Reed actually came around to score in the first inning. Kinnemer actually was thrown out at second on a fielder's choice. So Reed walked and scored in the first. That's the lone Mayflower run. Yeah, we still haven't seen the first home run. I thought Barnes got one the other day. He hit the bottom of the fence. He hit that one hard. It was against Woodlawn. Here's the first pitch as it just misses up and in. 1-0 ground ball. That's going to be in the 5.5 hole. Base hit, 1 out base hit. And Reed's on for the second time today. Hit it where they ain't. That's what Reed did, and he gives Mayflower a 1 out base runner for first baseman Keaton Woods. So we'll see how Mayflower wants to play it here. Tied at 1 in the approaching the middle innings of this 7-inning game. Decent lead for, well, not really a good lead for Reed over there at first. He's going to stay put. Pitches inside for ball one. Prine thought about snapping behind the base runner. Changes his mind. Stuttgart in pretty shallow and right. And left, really. Really, honestly, everywhere. Playing pretty shallow. Time called at the plate. It is really windy. Spring break coming up for Stuttgart School next week. Actually, on Thursday afternoon. They'll get out early for that parent-teacher conference.
I just realized that most of the Disney princesses are French.
1-0 hitting the air, left side. That wind's going to push it out of play. Hit the cherry picker almost.
Either French or German. Most Disney princesses are either French or German.
The things you talk about in a baseball press box. Disney princesses, mostly French or German. I don't know. I hadn't thought about it really.
Or English.
A lot. Or English. That's American. What's Mulan? Is that Chinese? Mulan? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 1-1 pitch to the Mayflower first baseman. There goes the runner. Throw down. It might be in time. I believe it is. He got him. Prine with a caught stealing, a 2-6 putout of Reed for the second out here in the third inning. Nice throw from Prine. And the pitch was a strike, so now a 1-2 count on the batter. So Byers could potentially work a, well, not really a 1-2-3, but only face 3 batters. Here's the 1-2, check swing, outside. 2-2 now. There's a strong throw from Prine right on the bag, though. Here comes the 2-2. Curveball just misses. Well, Byers thought he had it. Byers was walking off the mound, as was Herzog at shortstop. He thought that was a backwards K of Woods, but must have missed just a tick above the zone, and we go full. So Byers will have to refocus here. 3-2 pitch on the way, swinging a drive, left field. Smith comes in. He's going to make the catch, sliding at the foul line for the third out. Smith ran a pretty good way. The wind pushed it, but he made the catch, sliding. And there's 3 gone, and that'll do it for Mayflower in the top of the third inning. We go to the bottom of 3, tied at 1, back in 90 seconds. You're listening to Ricebird Baseball on Country 97.3.
Spring is right around the corner. Get your lawn and flower beds ready with House Nursery and Landscaping. Whether you need beds cleaned out, fresh mulch, new landscaping, or custom flower beds, Michael Lehman and his team have you covered. Upgrade with new metal trim, rich soil, and expert lawn treatments to keep your yard looking its best. Call Michael Lehman at 870-659-0662 or the House Nursery office at 870-830-0606 to schedule your spring makeover today. Located on Highway 79 toward Humphrey, because a beautiful yard starts here.
At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we know buying a home is more than a transaction. It's a milestone. That's why we're in your corner with mortgage solutions that fit your life. For first-time home buyers to seasoned homeowners, our friendly local mortgage experts at Farmers and Merchants Bank provide personalized guidance and competitive rates, making the path to your new home easier. Farmers and Merchants Bank, in your corner, turning houses into homes. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Like you, Stedman's Ace Hardware is passionate about their community. They support the Lions Club, Fight Like a Kid, and numerous other organizations, including youth, high school, and adult sports programs. Whether helping their neighbors or helping their customers, Stedman's Ace Hardware truly is the helpful place. Shop Weber Grills, Blackstone Griddles, Traeger Pellet Grills and Pellets, and more, and get all the help you need at Stedman's Ace Hardware, 110 South College in downtown Stuttgart. Stedman's Ace Hardware, the helpful place.
To the bottom of the third inning we go, tied at 1, Mayflower and Stuttgart. Ricebird Mayflower scored 1 in the first. Leadoff walk came home. And the Ricebirds will send the top of the order to the plate here in the third. Scaife, Byers, and Herzog. Duncan bats if anyone reaches. Ning back on the mound for his third inning of work. As he has, well, he's throwing a one-hitter right now. And that Curveball missed upstairs for ball one. If you're listening on the Country 97, on Country 97.3, welcome. EAB Stuttgart YouTube channel to the 12. Is it 12 right now? Swing and a miss. How many viewers do we have on YouTube right now, Mr. Skinner? Six. To the 6 of you watching on YouTube. Hey, if you're watching on YouTube and you got my number, send me a text, and I'll call you out. I'll give you a shout-out on air. Here comes the 1-1. Curveball. That one caught the top of the zone, 1-2. Chances are you've got my number. Or chances are I have yours. And if you don't, that's okay too. 1-2, another curveball. That one hung, and Scaife hit it in the left center for a leadoff base hit. Is he going to try to extend it? He shouldn't. No, he's going to head back. He hung it, and Scaife sent it into left center field, kept the hands back, and there is a nobody out base runner for Keaton Byers. Byers can help himself here. He advanced a runner from second to third. He has the RBI. Byers hit a sac F8 in the first, drove home Scaife, who had reached on a leadoff walk, stole second and third. They're going to quickly check on him. As we mentioned in the second, Stuttgart has started the runner every time they've had a base runner. So we'll see what they do here with Scaife at first, nobody out. Byers at the plate. Scaife creeps, gets a little more. He's not going that time. The pitch is upstairs for ball one. Dontrell Brown flashing the signs down in that third base coach's box as Scaife has a little bit bigger lead. He takes a little bit more now. There he goes. Pitches outside. Throw down to second. Is not in time off the base, and that's another stolen base for the Ricebirds. Stuttgart is, I believe, 5 for 5 in stolen base attempts. So a base hit could score one here. Scaife stole third in the first. We'll see if he goes here. He doesn't. Pitches a ground ball, third baseman. Scaife will move up on the throw. It's in time, 5-3 on the putout, and Scaife's able to move up to third as the throw from Woods at first is well late, and so that works as good as a sacrifice. Good productive out from Keaton Byers, advances the runner 90 feet from home for J.D. Herzog. And the Ricebirds have to go ahead run 90 feet away here in the bottom of the third inning. Well, the old anything but a strikeout, man. Productive outs. That is the name of baseball, especially on this level. Productive outs. And that's what Byers has done both times up. Sack F8 and a sacrifice 5-3. First pitch to Herzog is a curveball. He stays back on, hits in the air to right. They're going to see if they tag him. Nope, they're going to go halfway, and he dropped it. Second baseman, it hit off his glove, rolls into foul territory, and Herzog is into second with an, well, he can't give him an RBI because that's probably going to be an E4 on the official scores, but it is going to score a run. Ricebirds move ahead 2-1, and Herzog is standing in scoring position at second base. So Mayflower's second baseman, nice plays in the second, but he had that one hit off his glove. Now, in his defense, that baseball is being pushed a lot by this wind today. It just kept drifting, and Reed kept drifting with it. Right fielder didn't get a good jump on it at all. So Reed kind of on an island out there. Herzog with a big lead at second. There's the pitch to Duncan, and it's outside for ball one. Herzog has a huge lead at second. Well, that wind is playing tricks. That's really the first time that, I guess a couple of foul outs that weren't caught. Here's the 1-0, and that one's inside. Almost hit Duncan, 2-0. Ricebirds lead 2-1. They've actually been out hit 3-2. That is an error. The official scores do give an E4, so no RBI for Herzog. Well, there's a lot of, they are literally holding Herzog at second. They're going to throw behind the runner. Boy, he just got in. A good throw, and he's out. It was up too high, and the tag was a little slow. But, boy, if you're going to take that big of a lead, when they throw to second, you might as well try to go to third. That was a huge lead. And he's not getting any less of a lead. Maybe a tick less. The throw's to the plate, and it's a strike over the outer half, 2-1 to Duncan. Well, I've never seen a high school team hold a runner at second like this. The second baseman is well in the hole at second. The shortstop is standing on second. There's nobody playing in the sixth spot. Man, you might as well throw. There they're going to. They had Herzog lean, and he's out. Yeah, no question. Herzog was leaning when they checked on him, and throw was in time, and that's going to be a pickoff of Herzog for the second out here in the bottom of the third. I mean, we were saying it. He had a massive lead out there. That's probably why they were really holding him on like a first baseman. So 2-1 count to Duncan. Here's the pitch, and he takes a ball high, 3-1. What adds insult to injury is if Duncan were to get a base hit here, and that pickoff results in the loss of a run. 3-1. Duncan hits one in the air, left center field. It's going to hang up long enough for the left fielder to come in, they dropped it. It was in and out of his glove. He didn't squeeze it. It hit the ground, and that's going to be an E7 on Mayflower's left fielder. So the defense not doing Yun any help at all here in the bottom of the third inning. Already an E4 resulted in a run, and now an E7 will give Stuttgart extra out here with an opportunity for Austin Fontenot to maybe put a crooked number up here in the bottom of the third. That ball was just I'm not even going to call that a can of corn. It was even easier than that. He just dropped it. And then just kind of popped out of his glove. Didn't squeeze it. Here's the pitch, and Fontenot hits a fastball up down that third base line, foul. Somebody's got to go get that baseball. It's going to be number 33. He's going to lumber down the third baseline. And he got it. Now he's going to saunter back to the dugout. One strike delivery upcoming to Fontenot as Young works from the stretch. Duncan takes his lead. They're going to check on him. Duncan just wanted to get dirty there. That's the only reason he dove back. He wasn't 3 feet off the bag. But you know what? Not only do the ladies like a nice baseball uni, they like it when it's a little dirty. So Duncan may plan to, show off the uni after this game. Got to get dirtier. Did you ever play? I don't know. I love the sound effects. Man, it's like a kid on Christmas, Austin Fontenot down there with all the sound effects. I'm jealous. Here's the pitch. Hit in the air, center field. That one might be trouble, and it is. It hits the ground. Here comes Duncan. They're going to hold him at third as Mayflower is really struggling in the outfield. That was a routine fly ball, really almost a pop-up to center field, but they're playing pretty deep out there considering the wind. And Young has not thrown it poorly at all. He's just not getting any help defensively, and we're going to have time called as the Mayflower coach will come up to talk to his infield. Let's see if he makes a move. So runners at the corners, as there have been 3 errors here in, 3. There's been 3 errors here in the third. An E4, an E7, and an E8. As the Eagles are chatting it up there on the mound, we'll see if they stay with Young. He's done nothing wrong. He's, aside from the first few batters, he has been all over the plate. It's been pitches that are very hittable, but, better than getting walks. Man, hey, Star Wars. That's the Star Wars thing, right? My wife would know this scene. She's a Star Wars junkie. Looks like they're going to stay with Young as the meeting on the mound is over. Bo Barnes will bat. And I've got to catch up my score sheet here. Let's see. It's an E8. That's an E7.
Number 10, Bo Barnes.
All right. They're going to check on the runner, and, boy, nice pick by Woods over there at first, or that would have scored a run. He kind of reached out there and got it. Bo Barnes bats. With runners at the corners and 2 outs, Ricebirds leading at 2-1. As Young works from the stretch, there goes the runner, and Barnes delivers one into center field for another run. So nice piece of hitting there. First pitch he sees, hits it right back through the box. Birds lead it 3-1 here in the bottom of the third, and they're still batting. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. Cameron Rogers comes to the plate. So Rogers bats from the left side. What did Cam do last time up? He singled and was stranded at second. Off speed and a good one, strike one. It's a very slow curveball, but it's a pretty good one. Had a lot of bite to it. Not necessarily deceptive, but was that shortstop. They're going to hold the runner just like they did with Herzog, but much smaller lead out there as that pitch misses outside. Fontenot with a much smaller lead, a much more sensible lead. As the shortstop Kinnemer will hold him on, just like you would a first baseman. Now they're going to bring the first baseman behind the base runner at first. Now he's going to stay there. So they're holding everywhere. Now he comes off the bag, and that pitch is in the dirt. It's going to get past the catcher. Everybody moves up 90. So the wheels are kind of coming off from Mayflower here in the bottom of the third. Stuttgart's scored 2, and base hit here by Rogers could put 2 more on the board. They lead it 3-1. They've out-hit Mayflower 4-3. So one of those errors called a hit, apparently. Maybe that, what I called an L7. He did have to run a long way. There's a foul ball right off the end of the bat. He was way out in front. Just cued it off the end of the bat. That would be my assumption, is they called that what I called an E7 since he had to run so far. No, excuse me, the E4, I'm sorry. Since he had to run so far, they might have called it a hit. Here comes the 2-2. Fly ball. That's been a trick the whole game. Left fielder camps out underneath it and makes the catch. So Mayflower gets out of the inning. Not too much damage done, all things considered. Stuttgart scores 2. They lead it 3-1 as we head to the top of the fourth. Back in 90 seconds, you're listening to Ricebird Baseball on Country 97.3.
There's a lot of banks out there, but there's not many like Southern Bancorp. You see, we're more than a bank in both who we are and what we do. Sure, we offer accounts and loans for you to bank and borrow for today, but we can also do more to help you build for tomorrow, like credit building, home ownership, small business support, and more. So no matter the financial story, we can help, because that's what we do. Southern Bancorp, wealth builders for everyone. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Express Employment Professionals in Stuttgart has immediate openings for all job types and skill levels. Come in today to apply or go online to expresspros.com. Express is now hiring clerical, office administration, warehouse and production, equipment operators, CDL drivers, welders, machine operators, general labor, and all sorts of skilled trades. Even if you're just thinking about a new job, start your search with Express Employment Professionals at 1904 South Main in Stuttgart. Come in today or go online to expresspros.com.
Tohatsu Outboard offers 4-stroke motors from 2.5 to 250 horsepower, and all with a 5-year warranty. Built with their one-of-a-kind direct injection technology, Tohatsu has revolutionized environmental performance, uncompromising their pursuit of durable and lightweight outboard motors. And with interest rates as low as 4.99% financing, now is the time to get a new Tohatsu motor from Max Prairie Wings in Stuttgart. Call Max Prairie Wings in Stuttgart or click on maxpw.com. Great service and competitive prices. Max Prairie Wings in Stuttgart. The hunt begins here.
Top 4, Ricebirds scored 2 in the third. They lead it 3-1. They've out-hit Mayflower 4-3. 2 errors charged to the Eagles as Keaton Byers is out for his 4th inning of work. No changes defensively for the Ricebirds. And it's 4-5-6 in the Eagle lineup. McCoy, Bartlett, and Crumley. Chitwood will bat if anyone reaches. As Byers has worked a couple of scoreless since giving up 1 in the first.
Yeah. Hola.
All right, as Byers works from the windup, first pitch to McCoy is a ball down. As we're going to bring my daughter onto the broadcast here for just a second. Rachel, you guys went on a field trip today, right?
I did.
All right, so tell me about it. Where'd y'all go?
We went to the Arkansas History Museum.
1-0 pitch, tapped foul behind home plate. The Arkansas History Museum, huh? Coach Moser was your bus driver, or did he hang out here in
He was the bus driver.
He was the bus driver. Okay. Yeah, was he safe? Yeah, he was. Safe bus driver. He's busy down there. Here comes the 1-1. Inside ball 2. So, what was the best part of the Arkansas History Museum in Little Rock today?
Probably either the blacksmith or when we made the newspaper pots.
2-1 misses upstairs, 3-1. You made some like pottery? Oh, okay.
Made out of newspaper.
Oh, okay.
That's biodegradable.
Like paper mache kind of thing.
It's biodegradable.
Gotcha. 3-1 catches the inner half, and the count goes full to the Eagle right fielder.
So instead of having to take the plant out of the pot, it can just biodegrade.
So you brought that home.
I did.
That's going to be a little pop-up as Prine makes the catch. Just kind of pop that one right up in front of home plate for the first out here in the 4th. That brings the third baseman, Caden Bartlett, to the plate. So you brought something else home that we have to find somewhere to put, is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Your
well,
treasures
we can put it in the
overflowing.
garden.
Ah, your treasures are overflowing. So Bartlett bats with 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the 4th inning. He reached and was stranded at first back in the 1st inning, and the first pitch he sees is grounded to Bo Barnes at third. Nice strong throw across the diamond for the second out, 5-3 on the putout. And that is 2 gone now for the Eagles as the catcher Walker Crumley comes to the plate.
You got to learn how to pronounce these names.
Well, only if anyone from Mayflower is listening. Otherwise, who would know, right? As long as I get our guys' names right.
Yeah.
There may be somebody from Mayflower. There were 6 people watching earlier, so.
So people from Mayflower, no offense.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm doing my best. First pitch is a swing and a miss. Strike 1. Crumley down 0-1 in the count. Pretty good crowd here.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Ricebird fans down that first base line. Not a huge group from Mayflower.
Yeah.
1 strike delivery. That one caught the upper half, and Byers is ahead 0-2. So Keaton, after a little traffic on the base paths in the first, he has quieted the Eagle bats since, as the 0-2 is tapped foul. Just got a piece.
About 8 or 9 people from Mayflower.
A few people. A little purple in the stands, a little purple and gold.
Mm-hmm.
Action in the Mayflower bullpen, it looks like. I see the catcher. I can't see the pitcher, whose number it is. See if we have a change for the bottom of the 4th inning. As Byers works the 0-2 to Crumley. Swing and a tapper right in front of the plate. Byers fields his position and will throw Crumley out for the 3rd out of the inning. 1-3 on the putout. Eagles go 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Stuttgart leading at 3-1 back in 90 seconds. You're listening to Ricebird Baseball on Country 97.3.
Honor those who serve. Join the French team for the Grand Prairie Quilts of Valor Workdays, March 26th and April 30th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Help create beautiful quilts for deserving active duty military and veterans. Come when you can, no reservation needed. The French team is at 2015 South Burkle in Stuttgart. Call 870-673-8156 or visit FrenchTeam.com. Follow the French team on Facebook for more.
Did you know that since 1907, Lane has been providing water services to cities, industries, and farmers, not just in the Grand Prairie area, but all across the state. Lane provides pump sales and installation, constructs and designs water wells, and installs underground pipes. Lane also has an in-house machine shop, which is prepared to service and repair all brands and sizes of pumps, gear drives, and motors, along with the complete parts department open to the public. For all your water needs, contact Lane first at 2015 South Main in Stuttgart, or call 870-673-1591.
This is Kim Buffet. When it comes to personalized shopping, our staff at Coker Hampton Drug Company and Gift Shop in downtown Stuttgart are your trusted tastemakers. With nearly 100 years in our charming downtown, our gift shop offers a unique shopping experience, including bridal and baby registries. Explore our curated selection of many popular and well-known brands and products, from apparel to gourmet food, jewelry, and more. Join us where thoughtful presents meet personalized service at Coker Hampton Drug Company and Gift Shop at 218 South Main in downtown Stuttgart.
Bottom of the fourth inning, Ricebirds and Mayflower, 3-1, Stuttgart in front. New pitcher for the Eagles, Brody Rippey, on the mound as Nying's day is done. He didn't throw poorly at all. A couple of plays not made, 2 errors, 1 play not made, and a couple of walks, really all for the Ricebirds. They have 4 hits to 3 from the Eagles, so that was well done by the softball team, giving a little public address announcement on some fundraisers. I was going to ask them if they wanted to come over here to the radio to talk about that, but they took off out of that press box quickly. So, hang on, we'll see if I can get them back up here. Watkins! Hey, tell Hallie to come up here. What's going on, bro? Hallie. Huh? All right, go. All right, we're back. I'm trying to get some publicity up here for that softball team. But she said they're getting ready to draw for some type of a raffle. So if you're listening, you can't get here in time to get in the raffle anyway. So I guess it doesn't matter. I thought it was something later on in the week. So new pitcher for Mayflower, Brody Rippey. He's a right-hander. And he will face, let's see, Knox Hillman will lead things off for the Ricebirds. It'll be, I got to turn my sheet over. Knox Hillman, then Hayden Prine back to the top of the order, and Caden Scaife.
Now batting number 13, Knox Hillman.
Hillman flied out to, well, popped up to the second baseman in the second inning. And he'll lead things off here in the fourth. Stuttgart leading at 3-1. I think Nyen's day's done. He did not come into the defensive lineup, so his finished. First pitch is outside for ball 1. So I believe the JV game is over, and it ended 9-9. So I think they did a 3-3-3 format. And nobody got 3 outs before the other team got 3 runs. That one was behind Hillman. He could have kind of stuck his rear end out there and got a free base. He would have had to earn it, but. Here comes the 2-0 to Hillman in the dirt. And Mayflower pitching in danger of walking the leadoff man for the 3rd inning out of 4 here this afternoon. And they do. That pitch is down. Leadoff walk of Hillman will bring Prine to the plate.
Now batting number 8, Hayden Prine.
So Coach Brown flashing signs in that third base coach's box as Prine stands at first, or excuse me, Prine's at the plate. It's Hillman at first. Caden Scaife comes into the on-deck circle. As Ridley will check on the runner. Not a bad check there. I say Ridley. Is that right? Ridley? Rippey. Here's the pitch to Prine, upstairs, ball 1. So Rippey has started his outing with 5 straight balls. Young actually started the game with 6 straight, so. Next one just catches the upper half. That might have been a little mercy strike call there from home plate umpire David Fox. Makes the count 1-1 on the Ricebird catcher Hayden Prine as Knox Hillman stands at first following a leadoff walk. He's got a small lead as Mayflower holds him on. Rippey gives him a look. There goes Hillman. Pitches a strike. Throw down is not in time and almost into center field. The shortstop, Krenemer, cuts it off. But another stolen base for the Ricebirds. I believe that's 7. So the pitch was a strike. 1-2 on Prine. Base hit could give the Ricebirds another run. certainly anything behind the runner to move him up into to third with less than 2 outs would be ideal also. As Hillman takes his lead from second. More traditional holding by the middle infield now. Here's the pitch, Prine, swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch got him. And that is the first out. Prine goes down on strikes. Brings the leadoff batter, Caden Scaife, to the plate as Keaton Byers steps into the on-deck circle. Le Cece at the plate. Rippey looks to work around a leadoff walk here with 1 out in the 4th. Comes set. There goes the runner. Pitches a ball, and, well, he stole that on the pitcher. That was not much that the catcher could do. Hillman with a very good jump out there at second. And he is in scoring position. He is 90 feet away with less than 2 outs. So something to the outfield. Could score a run here. As Scaife gets the 1-0 from Rippey, and he fouled it off. Looked almost like the end of his bat. He was trying to check his swing, caught the knob, and it's 1-1. Varsity softball coming up as soon as the raffle drawing is complete. They said they were hoping first pitch around 6:15. That very well might be about right. As the 1-1 count from Rippey to leadoff batter Scaife's on the way, off speed outside, 2-1. Said it earlier in the broadcast, this Mayflower team looks very young. They look like they've got a lot of freshmen and sophomore out there, so their best days are certainly in front of them. Although it's 3-1, it's a good ball game here. That's Scaife fouls that one off out of play. Stuttgart really has not squared a ball up yet today. They have stayed. Everything's been soft contact. Having a hard time staying back a little bit. Velocity not what they've seen most of the year. As the 2-2 from Rippey, as he comes set from the stretch, has the baseball in the glove from the belt. Here's the pitch, ground ball, shortstop. That's going to score a run, and the shortstop booted it, so that's going to be, it'll be an RBI because the run would have scored anyway. E6, I'm assuming, will be the way they score that. But there's 1 out, and that brings Keaton Byers to the plate. 4-1, Ricebirds now lead. They've scored 1 in the first, 2 in the third, now 1 in the fourth, and there's still a base runner with 1 out here in the bottom of the frame. Scaife is stolen on every opportunity. He doesn't go that time, and Byers fouls it off out of play. J.D. Herzog on deck. Dagan Duncan behind him. Wind continues to blow out there. Voice crack. Here's the pitch outside. So Stuttgart not trying to swipe 90 yet, although they have stolen 7 today. I bet they go on this pitch. Third baseman in a little bit. Center field very shallow, although not a ball has been hit deep. There goes Scaife, pitches up, and not even a throw. Not even a throw. And I'm going to call that a stolen base, even though you could call it fielder's indifference. We're going to give them an 8-1. But that center fielder is playing, I mean, that's barely even Little League depth. Right fielder, too. Left fielder's pretty deep, all things considered. But there has not been a ball hit any deeper than that so far today. 2-1, check swing, fouled it off. Stuttgart has had several of those where they've been ahead in the count and just haven't had good 2-0, 2-1, 3-1 swings. I mean, they haven't been able to really load up on anything. A lot of weak contact today. Scaife takes the lead from second. Rippey checks on him, comes set. Here's the pitch to Byers. That one's up. There goes the runner. He is safe. That was close. I think that was the right call. I think he did get under the tag, but it was close. That's the closest it's been today. So I believe that is Scaife's. It's about his 4th stolen base today. So Byers has a 3-2 on him now. Base hit. Really, any contact could score a run here, although we'll see how Mayflower plays it. Byers fouls that one to the backstop. 4-1, middle innings like this. Wouldn't be totally shocked for Mayflower to bring the infield in. They're not. The corners are in. Middle's back. I feel like Stuttgart will go on contact. Here's the 3-2. That one is fouled off out of play. Back here to our broadcast position. And what, almost hit that lady on the 3rd row. It hit the, must have hit a fence or something, and then almost hit the lady sitting on the 3rd row. Coach Deaton goes down to get the baseball. He's going to sashay over to the Stuttgart dugout to give it back. No, he's going to give it to downtown Donnie Brown, sitting on the 1st row. 3-2's upstairs, ball 4, and there's runners at the corners now. For the Ricebirds shortstop, J.D. Herzog. Let's look over on that softball field. Looks like they are just about ready to get started on the softball game as they've got the scoreboard up with zeros. Stuttgart and Crossett. And we're going to have a courtesy runner for Keaton Byers. He'll head to the dugout. Who is the courtesy runner? Is that Hogan? Or is it Relaford? Relaford. Logan Relaford is the courtesy runner. I bet he goes on the first pitch. He does not. I would have lost that bet, and the ball goes past the catcher, and that's going to allow Scaife to score from 3rd as that one just kind of squirted through the catcher's legs. Everybody moves up 90, and it's 5-1 now in favor of the Ricebirds. So Herzog, with the base runner Relaford moving up to 2nd, still a man in scoring position. Base hit could add another one, and the Ricebirds, they haven't really taken control here. They've just kind of eased away from Mayflower in this one. Mayflower led 1-0, and since then, Stuttgart scored 5 unanswered. As Relaford has a lead at 2nd. Rippey delivers to Herzog, and J.D. hits it right at the second baseman. It comes up on him. He plays it in front of him. Can he make the throw? He can. Relaford moves up to 3rd, so 4-3 put out of Herzog as that ground ball to the second baseman. It came up on him. He did a good job of staying in front, kept it in front, and picked it up. And there's 2 gone now. And Dagan Duncan bats with a runner at 3rd. So Ricebirds lead 5-1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. As Relaford stands at 3rd, first pitch to Dagan is outside for ball 1. Relaford is running for Keaton Byers, who was lifted for a courtesy runner. Austin Fontenot in the on-deck circle. He'll bat if Duncan can extend the inning. 1-0, ground ball right at that second baseman again. He makes the play, and that'll do it for the Ricebirds in the 4th. 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 left on base. Stuttgart leads Mayflower 5-1 as we head to the top of the 5th inning. Back in 90 seconds, you're listening to Ricebird Baseball on Country 97.3, also on the EAB Stuttgart YouTube channel. We're all a part of the EAB Sports Radio Network.
No appointment? No problem. If you need medical care right away, visit Urgent Care of Stuttgart, where you can walk in without an appointment and get help without a long wait for a wide variety of illnesses and injuries, from stitches and broken bones to allergies and colds. Urgent Care of Stuttgart is conveniently located at 22nd and Park Avenue. Clinic hours are Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. For more, visit facebook.com/Urgent Care Stuttgart or call 870-672-0911. Urgent Care of Stuttgart at 22nd and Park Avenue. Get sick, get seen today. At Blue Seal Petroleum, serving you is their privilege. Blue Seal extends a heartfelt thank you to their valued customers across Arkansas and surrounding counties. Your trust in Blue Seal for your fuel, tire, and service needs is truly appreciated. It's your loyalty that has fueled their commitment to excellence for over 80 years. From the entire team at Blue Seal Petroleum, thank you for choosing them. They're here for you always. When you need them, call Blue Seal in DeWitt at 870-946-2281. And for Stuttgart, call 870-673-3126. service.
Hi, this is Jennifer Smith from Wilkerson Jewelers. The real value in any jewelry is the sentimental connection that you have to the pieces you own. The beautiful earrings your grandparents gave you when you graduated. The amazing engagement ring your fiancé surprised you with. The watch your company presented you with when you retired from your job. For over 50 years, Wilkerson's has been a part of those special moments. And we love that we get to be a small part of some of the most important experiences of your lives. No matter what your budget, come in to shop or check us out online at wilkersonjewelers.com. Easy financing and layaway are available. At Wilkerson Jewelers in beautiful downtown Stuttgart, we want to build memories with you.
JT Chitwood leads things off from Mayflower here in the top of the 5th inning. Keaton Byers on for his 5th inning of work. He's been good. Only 3 hits so far today for Mayflower. And aside from the first inning, not a lot of traffic on the base pass for the Eagles. No defensive changes for Stuttgart. Excuse me. There have been some. My apologies. Dagan Duncan has been lifted. It looks like Sawyer Hillman will take over at first base. Aside from that, I believe everything else is the same. I see 2 lefties in the outfield plus Lane Smith and Barnes, Herzog, and Knox Hillman. So the Hillman brothers are manning the right side of the infield for Stuttgart here this afternoon, starting in the 5th inning as Chitwood digs in from the right side. Byers from the windup. First pitch is on the way, swing and a miss, and Byers is ahead 0-1. See if we can locate one of Knox or Sawyer's parents. That ball's fouled off down the first base line. We wouldn't mind getting them on the broadcast to talk about that. Having a couple of 2 kiddos playing on the right side of that Ricebird infield. They've got to be proud. I think I see Mom down there on the 2nd row. Let me see if I can get her in between innings. Yeah, see if you can text. See if you can text Carlin. See if she wants to come up and talk for a minute. 1-2 count on the batter, Chitwood. Okay, yeah, either one. That'll be good. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Chitwood grounds it. I believe that was fair. It is. Barnes keeps it in front, and that's going to be a single for Chitwood. So that one just stayed fair as Barnes knocked it down, couldn't catch it clean. It'll go down as a hit for Chitwood, and that brings the designated hitter, John Bolding, to the plate. That is the first hit of the day from Mayflower since the, I believe, 2nd inning. As Byers had retired the last 2 innings, 1, 2, 3. Chitwood stands at first. He is leading off. Sawyer Hillman holds him on. Another little step there. Down, Mayflower runs down 5-1. That pitch is fouled off behind home plate for strike 1. Stuttgart playing considerably deeper than Mayflower did in that outfield. Although it maybe, I was going to say the wind's laid a little, but I really don't think it has. I'm just looking at the American flag on the south ends of Mosley Stadium, and it is still whipping. Byers from the stretch delivers the 0-1 to Bolding. Checks on the runner in time. He is back. Kind of a late dive there. It's like he got caught in between a dive or no dive. He takes his lead at first. Byers is yet to come set. Now he does. I think he's going. Let's see. Here he goes. Pitches a strike, throws in time. He's out by a mile. Prine has thrown out his 2nd here this afternoon, and I think that was a hit and run. Coach, the Mayflower coach is very unhappy. Somebody missed a sign. It might have been the base runner. It might have been the batter, but someone missed a sign. That was either a not supposed to be a straight steal or a hit and run or something. And I believe it was not supposed to be a straight steal because the third base coach for Mayflower is talking to Chitwood all the way into the dugout. And then Byers breaks off the best curveball of the day, striking out Bolding. And just like that, from nobody out and 1 on to bases empty and 2 out, as Byers tries to once again face the minimum. It wouldn't be 1, 2, 3, but it'd be 3 of the 5 innings today facing the minimum for the Ricebird sophomore right-hander. As Juergens digs in, and the first pitch is a swing and a miss. He didn't look very comfortable at all at that pitch. Juergens has actually struck out both times that he's come to the plate He bats with 2 outs and the base is empty here in the top of the 5th inning. And he hits a little soft looper to Bo Barnes, catches it in foul territory, and what do you know? Keaton Byers faces the minimum in the 5th. No runs on 1 hit, no one left on base, as that base hit was caught stealing by another Hayden Prine putout. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Stuttgart leads Mayflower 5-1. Back in 90 seconds, you're listening to Ricebird Baseball on Country 97.3.
Express Employment Professionals in Stuttgart has immediate openings for all job types and skill levels. Come in today to apply or go online to expresspros.com. Express is now hiring clerical, office administration, warehouse and production, equipment operators, CDL drivers, welders, machine operators, general labor, and all sorts of skilled trades. Even if you're just thinking about a new job, start your search with Express Employment Professionals at 1904 South Main in Stuttgart. Come in today or go online to expresspros.com.
At Ag Heritage Farm Credit Services, we've been a leader in ag lending for over 100 years. With our deep knowledge of the industry and multiple loan products to choose from, Ag Heritage Farm Credit Services can offer the most personalized service available. Whether you're in the market for real estate, equipment, or operating loan expenses, our trusted lenders are here to help you every step of the way. As a customer-owned financial institution, we understand that growing your business is truly our business. So why wait? Give one of our trusted lenders a call at 870-673-1558 today and take the next step toward a brighter future for your farm, ranch, or rural living needs.
Baptist Health Women's Clinic Stuttgart is committed to providing quality patient care through all stages of a woman's life. We understand that different health concerns come with each new phase of a woman's life, so we provide education services, trained staff, and a board-certified OBGYN to meet every female body need. From pregnancy and childbirth to osteoporosis and gynecological exams, Baptist Health delivers the care you need to pursue a lifetime of wellness. Learn more at BaptistHealthWomen.com. Baptist Health, for you, for life.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Stuttgart leads Mayflower 5-1 as the Ricebirds send 5, 6, and 7 to the plate. Austin Fontenot, Bo Barnes, and Cameron Rogers. Knox Hillman will bat if anyone reaches. And on that note, I've joined with Knox's dad, Ryan Hillman. Man, Ryan, I looked up, and all of a sudden I see a Hillman at second, I see a Hillman at first, and I thought, that's got to be pretty cool if you're a dad with your kids handling the right side of the infield.
Yeah, it's pretty special. Maybe mean more to me, more of a dream come true to me than them, but it's something they've talked about for years. Hey, I can't wait till that 9th grade, 12th grade year.
Well, you know, I talk about that as that first pitch was up and away, now 2-0 on Fontenot as he's ahead in the count. You know, when you're having – because I've got a couple same age difference as Sawyer and Knox, and we've talked about that. My kids aren't real sporty. They don't really get into that too much, but we talked about that and said, you know, there's really going to be only one opportunity for Ella and Rachel to be together. That's 12th and 9th, and you guys probably thought about that as they were growing up, and, man, here we are. And you got to see that. That's so cool,
yeah,
man.
I would love to see a fly ball between the two of them because that's what we work on in the yard since they were, you know, just big enough to catch a ball. And Knox was climbing up Sawyer's shoulders. And so if it's up there, they're probably going to fight over it.
Well, that's what I was going to ask because that pitch was in over the inner half, 3-1 on Fontenot as the next one from Ridley is driven in the air, right center field. Is it going to get down? It is, and that's going to be a leadoff single for the Ricebirds. Austin Fontenot on. As they look to add to this 5-1 lead here in the bottom of the 5th, Bo Barnes will come to the plate. You know, so Sawyer and Knox, tell me, are they similar? Are they the same? I mean,
they are total opposites.
Yeah.
Total opposites. Sawyer has the slow heartbeat, and Knox is running circles, you know, chasing school buses.
Maybe that's something to do with being the younger and the older. Because I'm similar. My youngest is up here with us, and she's constantly talking and running. And sometimes I feel like we need to put a stake up to see if my oldest is moving, you know.
Right.
As they check on Fontenot at first. He's back in time. So Barnes digs in from the right side as Cameron Rogers comes into the on-deck circle. Stuttgart has out-hit Mayflower 5-4, but 3 errors. They check on the runner again. Stuttgart is also, man, we've stolen a lot of bases. I think I've got him as 9 so far.
Wow, that's
9
good.
stolen bases for Stuttgart. So it's interesting. I mentioned this early in the broadcast as the first pitch to Barnes is hit in the air, center field. That might be trouble. It's down, and it's to the wall. Fontenot, round second. Barnes is going to cruise in, goes into third. He'll cruise into second. Are they going to try to score Fontenot? They will hold him up at third. Nobody out, so no reason to take a chance. And the Ricebirds have something cooking. Runners at second and third, and nobody out. And Cameron Rogers at the plate, and Hillman's on deck. Now, I'm going to give you an opportunity. If you don't want to be on the air when Knox comes to the plate, I totally understand. I'm going to let you make that call.
Hey, give me the PA mic so I can yell at him.
I get that. Barnes is at second. So I was talking to a friend of mine a few weeks ago, or about a week ago, and I said, I wouldn't be shocked at all to see Knox in the lineup at some point this season. And then to see him start today, I wasn't expecting it before spring break. So that's pretty cool as a freshman.
Yeah, I told him always be mentally ready, but enjoy those JV games too with his buddies, that he's grown up with. And if the chance comes, you're ready to hit the ground running.
That's right. His first pitch is fouled off to the backstop for strike one. Rogers from the left side bats with runners at second and third, nobody out. Rippey comes set. Here's the pitch outside, and it evens it up at one apiece. So Mayflower pretty well straight away defensively. Center field shading a little bit to right center. Big gap in left center. This wind, we were talking earlier, this wind has played some tricks on Mayflower's outfielders today. Here comes the 1-1. And it's hitting the air, center field. That should score a run, should be deep enough. Fontenot tags. They're going to throw through. That's going to allow Barnes to advance to third. So not a great fundamental play there, as that one will go into the plate. Fontenot beats the throw easily. Stuttgart leads 6-1. Barnes moves ahead as the center fielder missed the cutoff man pretty bad. Fontenot looked like he might have hurt the leg a little bit when he came in. And Knox Hillman now at the plate. So the freshman of the Hillman brothers bats with an opportunity here. One out and a runner at third. And so, Dad, what are you telling your they're going to appeal the play and see if, well, they're not even looking. They're appealing the play at second to see whether or not Barnes left early, but the base ump's not even looking. So I'm assuming he's saying no. So are you telling Knox here, hey, turn it loose and see what happens? Or are you saying just get it in the air, hit it the other way, and try to get that run home? What's the call here?
So, kids, they don't listen to their dads. So, I tell him just stay aggressive. He's never seen a pitch that he didn't like. So don't swing anything too far out of the zone, but he knows what he can barrel.
That's right. All right, here we go. So the first one is looked like maybe off speed off the plate for ball one. Bo Barnes stands at third. He hit a RBI. Well, it wasn't an RBI. It was a double that was almost an RBI. And now he stands at third base. Knox Hillman at the plate. Hayden Prine on deck as Knox takes a pitch up for ball two. Ricebirds lead 6-1. They've out-hit Mayflower 6-4. Stuttgart scored 1 in the first, 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth, so far 1 in the fifth, but they're threatening with Barnes at third. Here's the pitch to Hillman. He hits it to the right side. Will it stay fair? It will not. And that's going to be a 2-2 count on the Ricebird freshman second baseman.
So I said he doesn't listen to his dad, but at 2 at-bats, we talked last night when he got home, and he's been trying to pull everything to left field. He just likes to get his hands in and just get that bat around fast. So he has tried twice to go oppo.
I was going to say, so his first at-bat, he hit it to the second baseman, and that one was a foul ball to the right side also. So he's listening. Here comes the next one to Hillman, and he hits another one to the other way. That's going to be in on the right fielder. It's going to be caught. They're going to see if they can score Barnes from third. No, he's going to go back. Now they throw it to the backstop. Barnes is going to be able to move up, and that's going to give the Ricebirds a 7-1 lead. So it wasn't deep enough to score the run, but Ryan, that's a good example of when you put the ball in play, good things happen.
Right.
Even if it doesn't immediately result in a run, it eventually does.
And I look at it, too, as a positive. He's trying to move the ball to different parts of the field, just learning to do that at this level.
Yeah.
It's a process.
Just like you said, y'all talked about it, I guess, yesterday or last night, and all three of his two, he walked in the fourth, and both outs were to the right side. So he's obviously thinking about staying inside the baseball and going the other way. So the bases are empty, 2 outs here. Ricebirds lead 7-1. Hayden Prine bats. And then it looks like Lane Smith is going to come out. So maybe as there's a swing and a miss, 1-1. So Smith is not batted today. Looks like maybe the Ricebirds have lifted the DH. Hadn't really looked at my lineup card close enough yet. Mayflower pretty well straight away defensively as the 1-1 is on the way, and it's fouled off the catcher's helmet for strike 2. And the Ricebirds are a strike away here, bottom of the 5th inning. Stuttgart started slow, but they have put 2 across the last 3 innings, and Keaton Byers has really settled down also as he's faced the minimum the last 3. Off speed, ground ball, third base. That gets through, and that's going to be a 2-out base hit for Prine. Is he going to try to go extra? He will. His throw is into right field, and Prine is into second base with a 2-out double, and then that throw gets past the right fielder. Prine is going to be able to advance to third. So the wheels falling off a little bit for the Eagles here in the bottom of the 5th. And, boy, the right fielder, the first baseman, was going to walk it in, and, boy, I thought Prine might try to make it a – well, I couldn't call it an inside-the-park home run, but it was it wasn't pretty, but it was effective. All right, we're going to have a meeting on the mound. Stuttgart has moved ahead 7-1, runner at third base with 2 outs. So while that happens, we'll take one more commercial break. Say thank you to Ryan for talking to us about your kiddos. Congratulations I know you guys are so proud. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Ricebird Baseball on Country 97.3. It's a part of the EAB Sports Radio Network.
Do you know how much life insurance your partner has? What company is it with? Do you have life insurance? Is it through your employer only, or do you have a policy that you own? This is Holly Brothers, and as a life insurance agent, it is my responsibility to discuss the types of coverage available to you and put a plan in place for when your employer no longer provides coverage. Life insurance costs more as we age, so don't wait to apply. Let's lock in your rate today and save. Give Keith or myself a call at Connection Insurance 870-673-9249.
We'll call it a hockey assist on the RBI. He didn't get the RBI, but because of the contact, the Bo Barnes ended up scoring. So 2-0 count on Lane Smith, and that pitch catches the top of the zone 2-1. So it's just really cool watching guys that I remember when they were 6, 7, 8 years old, watching them out here. It's kind of neat to get to do that. As Rippey comes set, takes a look at the base runner at third. And here's the pitch to Lane Smith. It is inside, 3-1. So Ricebirds have just continually put pressure on the Mayflower pitching staff and defense. And Mayflower's defense has let them down here today. You remove the mistakes and it's not a 7-1 game, but you could always say that. So. Here's the 3-1 to Smith, and he hits a ground ball foul down the third baseline, 3-2. So count goes full. Three-two count. Smith digs back in from the right side. Well, he has got that front foot almost in front of the plate. He is crowding it. Here is the 3-2, swing to ground ball. Third, he was playing deep, nice pick. See if he can throw Smith out, and he does. Nice play by the Mayflower third baseman. Keeps the run from scoring, 5-3 on the putout. And we go to the top of the 6th inning. Stuttgart leads Mayflower 7-1. We'll be back. We're going to take a 2-minute break because I need to go get something to drink. Back in 2 minutes. You're listening to Ricebird Baseball on Country 97.3.
Tohatsu Outboard offers 4-stroke motors from 2.5 to 250 horsepower, and all with a 5-year warranty. Built with their one-of-a-kind direct injection technology, Tohatsu has revolutionized environmental performance, uncompromising their pursuit of durable and lightweight outboard motors. And with interest rates as low as 4.99% financing, now is the time to get a new Tohatsu motor from Max Prairie Wings in Stuttgart. Call Max Prairie Wings in Stuttgart or click on maxbw.com. Great service and competitive prices. Max Prairie Wings in Stuttgart. The hunt begins here.
Are you tired of unreliable internet service? Do you constantly run over your data plan? Are you having trouble getting internet service where you live? With TechStream high-speed internet, you'll get consistent high speeds and low latency that doesn't stop at city limits. TechStream high-speed internet is perfect for homes, small and large businesses, farmers, and hunting clubs. You'll be able to stream, game, and surf with no interruptions. Servicing Arkansas, Lone Oak, Prairie, Jefferson, and Lincoln counties. TechStream is your locally owned and operated high-speed internet solution. Call toll-free 866-268-0101 or visit techstream.net.
At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we understand the success of your business takes more than just hard work. It takes an experienced partner who's in your corner. With local lending experts who understand our communities and a dedicated business solutions team, we offer the personalized service and the financial tools needed to grow and streamline your business. Visit gofm.bank to learn more. Farmers and Merchants Bank, in your corner, in your community, helping your business succeed every step of the way. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Blue Seal Petroleum, serving you is their privilege. Blue Seal extends a heartfelt thank you to their valued customers across Arkansas and surrounding counties. Your trust in Blue Seal for your fuel, tire, and service needs is truly appreciated. It's your loyalty that has fueled their commitment to excellence for over 80 years. From the entire team at Blue Seal Petroleum, thank you for choosing them. They're here for you always. When you need them, call Blue Seal in DeWitt at 870-946-2281. And for Stuttgart, call 870-673-3126.
Lead 7-1, top of the sixth. Top of the order for the Eagles, Cameron Kennemer. As Byers stays on for his sixth inning of work, as he's going to try to face the minimum for the fourth inning in a row. He's only retired the order 1, 2, 3 once. That was in the third, but he faced the minimum in the fourth and the fifth thanks to a couple of caught stealings. As the 1-0 is hit foul out of play. Hits the top of the Ricebird dugout, bounces into the parking lot. You know, we've got several. We were talking to Ryan about Knox and Sawyer. We've got another set of brothers on the team, too. As that ball is hit in the air, right center field. Right fielder Cameron Rogers comes over, makes the catch. Asher and Austin Fontenot. Is Austin a sophomore or junior? Junior. Asher's a freshman. So Asher's going to get his opportunity as well. May see those guys handling 2/3 of the outfield one of these days. Wouldn't be shocked at all. One out in the sixth inning. First pitch to Tanner Reed is a strike over the outer half. Shadows beginning to get long here. As the 0-1 is grounded right back to Byers. It goes through his legs. Herzog scoops it over the other side of the bag and throws him out. Nice play by J.D. Herzog, 6'3" on the putout. He ranged to the first base side of second base, made the play. Only chance Stuttgart had to make the play. Second baseman Knox would have Hillman never would have been able to make it. He was because his body was taking him in the wrong direction, but that was a very nice 6'3" putout. Second out here in the top of the sixth inning as Byers he's getting stronger as this one goes. He is cruising here, leading 7-1. Keaton Woods bats, and the first pitch he sees brushes him off the plate a little bit, and it's 1-0 now. Ground ball just kind of slipped through Byers' legs there on the pitcher's mound, but Herzog with a nice play. Curveball up. 2-0. Here comes the 2-0. That one caught the bottom of the zone. 2-1 now. Two-one catches the inner half, and Byers is battled back 2-2. You can tell a pitcher when he's feeling good because he is not wasting any time between pitches. And, boy, your defense loves that too. Just pump those strikes in there. 2-2 curveball upstairs, full count. Remember back in the day, back in the olden days, he used to love when a pitcher threw strikes and worked quick. Defense always played better. Foul tip caught by Prime. That's the third out. 1, 2, 3 go the Eagles in the top of the sixth inning, and the Birds head to the bottom of the frame, leading it 7-1. Stuttgart in control of this one as they are 3 outs away from picking up a non-conference varsity win. We have the bottom of the 6th in 90 seconds. You're listening to Ricebird Baseball on Country 97.3. It's all a part of the EAB Sports Radio Network.
Freemeyer's Best Brands Plus has been supporting Ricebirds athletics for 46 years in Stuttgart. We're honored to be a part of the Ricebird tradition. Freemeyer's has joined with some of the best brands in America, including Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Lazy Boy, and Sealy, to be able to supply our customers with the best values. Now Freemeyer's has gone a step further with guaranteed price matching. If you need home furnishings, make sure you check with Freemeyer's, 201 South Main in downtown Stuttgart. Best brands, best prices, best people.
Pearson Company in Stuttgart has been bringing you the best in pre-engineered steel buildings for many years. Offering the very latest in design engineering, your steel building is engineered and tailored to your exact specifications with the minimum amount of wasted space. Pearson Company specializes in complete turnkey projects. Pearson Company offers complete construction services from beginning to end. For your pre-engineered steel building needs, look to Pearson Company, 209 North Berkel in Stuttgart, where quality and construction go hand in hand.
No appointment? No problem. If you need medical care right away, visit Urgent Care of Stuttgart, where you can walk in without an appointment and get help without a long wait for a wide variety of illnesses and injuries, from stitches and broken bones to allergies and colds. Urgent Care of Stuttgart is conveniently located at 22nd and Park Avenue. Clinic hours are Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. For more, visit facebook.com/Urgent Care Stuttgart or call 870-672-0911. Urgent Care of Stuttgart at 22nd and Park Avenue. Get sick, get seen today.
Bottom of the 6th inning. Stuttgart leading Mayflower 7-1. Mayflower scored to move ahead 1-0 in the top of the first, but it has been all Ricebirds since. Byers has gone the distance so far. We'll see if he comes out to pick up the complete game here in the 7th. I don't know what his pitching situation is, but he is definitely coming to the plate to lead things off here. So 2-3-4 for the Ricebirds here in the 6th. If anyone reaches, Fontenot will bat. New pitcher for Mayflower. I need to let you know about that. JT Chitwood moves from left field, and a little velo there from the big right-hander. Definitely an uptick in velocity from the last two pitchers that Mayflower put on the mound. So Stuttgart didn't get much solid contact against Rippey or Young. See if they can square up a little bit more velocity here as the 1-1's on the way, and that one misses up and away for ball 2. He's got a lot of motion too. He's a lot of arms and legs coming at you from that bump. Mayflower continues to play very shallow in the outfield. 2-1, ground ball, third baseman. Will it stay fair? It will not. And Byers comes back into the box with a 2-2 count. Heart of the order for Stuttgart here in the 6th. Heart of the order for Mayflower in the 7th. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 for the Eagles. As Byers digs in, 2-2 count. Pitch from Chitwood is on the way. Curveball grounded in the 5.5 hole. Third baseman ranges over and he boots it. Hit him on the heel of the glove. E5 will allow Byers to reach, and defensively still just not a great performance by the Eagles. 4 errors on the board for Mayflower, could easily be 5. 7 hits for the Birds. I don't remember just a ton of walks outside of that first inning. I have to go back and look at the board. But courtesy runner for Byers, that's Relaford. First pitch to J.D. Herzog is a ball up. Sawyer Hillman into the on-deck circle. He was inserted into the lineup for Dagan Duncan back in the 4th. This will be his first at bat of the game as Relaford takes his lead, and the pitch gets past the catcher, and he can't find it. Relaford might be able to move up to third. He's going to try, and he's going to do so without a throw. The pitch was past the catcher, and then this expansive foul territory that we have here It kind of rolled into the Ricebird on deck circle. No one really helped him. Catcher couldn't find it, and Stuttgart went first to third on a pass ball 30 feet from home plate. Check swing. Did he go? It doesn't matter. They say that's a strike over the outer half to move the count to 3-1. Three-one delivery outside. Chitwood has lost his hat as much as he hasn't. Every pitch, just about. Three balls and a strike to the Ricebird shortstop. Pitch is on the way, and it's grounded in that 5.5 hole through for a base hit. Scores the run from third. The Ricebirds lead at 8-1. So now Stuttgart's kind of starting to think about maybe ending it right here in the sixth with still nobody out and a base runner at first. 8-1. Stuttgart leads it by 7. They still have a few runs to get to mercy rule territory, but Sawyer Hillman could help the case here as he bats with a man at first and nobody out. He bats from the right side, the big righty. Chitwood, that is a, oh, he came out of contact with the rubber. I thought that was a balk. I didn't think he ever came off the rubber. Pitch is a strike. Ball's got a lot of right to left, or I guess left to right break. It's kind of just natural, a natural tail to it. It's got a lot of sweep. That is a really odd pickoff thing that he's doing out there. He's coming on almost a balk. It's not, but it's close. He didn't come set. Foul ball to the backstop. Chitwood didn't come set that time. That was a balk. There was no discernible pause in his motion. So 2-strike count on Hillman as Herzog takes his lead from first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Birds lead at 8-1. Chitwood, he came set that time. There goes another runner stays. Curveball up. 1-2. There's a lot going on up here from Chitwood. He's got a live arm. There's no question about it. He's not 100% sure where it's going, but it's an electric arm right now. I bet Herzog goes. No, that one just misses over the outer half. He is living on the outside part of the plate. Nothing has been middle in. 2-2. Austin Fontenot in the on-deck circle. He's been on base twice today. That one's outside, 3-2. They're going to throw behind the runner for no reason. Just making sure that first baseman was awake down there. He is. Shadows creeping across the infield. The first base dugout shadow is almost into left field as the 3-2 swing and a miss, and Hillman goes down swinging for the first out here in the bottom of the sixth. Austin Fontenot will head to the plate here. Austin grounded out in the first, reached on an error in the third. Fontenot, that's right. There goes the runner. Pitch is a ball, and they're not even going to attempt to throw down. So that takes the double play out of order. Not that I think we were going to see any double plays turned here today, but just in case. Boy, Chitwood wasting no time. Fontenot hits it in the air, center field. He's going to circle it and make the catch. That wind is pushing everything from the right to the left, and there's 2 gone here in the sixth. Axton McCray will bat in place of Bo Barnes. So McCray, and we'll see if that means that is Barnes lifted or maybe he is going to go to pitcher. We'll just see. But McCray bats here with a man at second and 2 outs. Stuttgart leading 8-1, bottom 6. Cameron Rogers in the on-deck circle as Chitwood works from the stretch. The first pitch to McCray is outside for ball 1. Chitwood does not waste any time with that baseball. He gets it. He comes in contact with the rubber, and he's ready to go. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He's way out in front. 1-1. Get a checkup on that softball score. Let's don't. It's ugly. Here's the 1-1. Oh, hitting the air, left field. Is that going to get down and fair? It will. Here comes the runner from second. Herzog will score without a throw. The left fielder runs past the baseball. McCray is able to move into second with a RBI double as that ball hit literally on the line. The left fielder's got his arms up like it was a foul ball, but it literally landed on the foul line. So that is going to give Stuttgart a 9-1 lead, and Cameron Rogers at the plate, and he actually represents the winning run with 2 outs here in the 6th. The first pitch he sees is a fastball up and away, or on the up and outer half, I should say, and that's a called strike. McCray stands at second base. Rogers would love to trade places with him with Knox Hillman on deck. Rogers fouls one to the backstop. The net saved $5, keeping that baseball on the infield. That net, probably the hardest working employee in the Stuttgart School District, saving money every day. 2-strike delivery. Swing and a miss. And that'll do it for Stuttgart as Rogers goes down swinging, and the Ricebirds head to the top of the 7th inning, leading Mayflower 9-1. Before we take the break, we will see who's going to come out to pitch the 7th. Will it be Byers? I believe it is. Looks like, yep, Keaton is going to come out to try to finish the complete game. He leads 9-1. We'll be back in 90 seconds. You're listening to Ricebird Baseball on Country 97.3.
This is Kim Buffet. When it comes to personalized shopping, our staff at Coker Hampton Drug Company and Gift Shop in downtown Stuttgart are your trusted tastemakers. With nearly 100 years in our charming downtown, our gift shop offers a unique shopping experience, including bridal and baby registries. Explore our curated selection of many popular and well-known brands and products, from apparel to gourmet food, jewelry, and more. Join us where thoughtful presents meet personalized service at Coker Hampton Drug Company and Gift Shop at 218 South Main in downtown Stuttgart.
Whether you've got 100 acres to mow or just some brush out back, show Brush who's boss. Wood's line of rotary cutters match a variety of tractors and applications, so you can start clearing tall grass or tough brush right away. With high lift blades and deeper decks for a better overall cut quality, you won't find any other rotary cutters that keep your land in line like Wood's. Stop in to Prairie Implement Company in Stuttgart to find the right Wood's rotary cutter for your next job. Renting equipment for your next project is easy when you call U.S. Irrigation Distributors in Stuttgart and DeWitt. Trenchers, log splitters, generators, and pump sets can all be rented from U.S. Irrigation, where you'll find the farmer's favorite lineup of equipment and supplies. Levee gates, steel, PVC, and polypipe. Supplies like drip oil, dance boots with chaps, the original muck boot, and Twisted X footwear. It's all at U.S. Irrigation Distributors, Highway 165 north of Stuttgart, or at 550 Highway 165 north in DeWitt.
Keaton Byers looks to finish the complete game 4-hitter. He will go through 4, 5, and 6 in the Eagle lineup. McCoy, Bartlett, Crumley. First pitch to McCoy's fouled off out of play for strike 1. A first inning run's all Mayflower's gotten against Byers today. As McCoy's behind in the count 0-2, that ball fouled down the third base line. 4 hits, 4 errors, 1 run for the Eagles. 9 runs on 9 hits, no errors for the Ricebirds. And that's going to be hit number 5 for the Eagles as McCoy deposits that baseball into right center field for a leadoff single. Hasn't necessarily been the bats that have been, or really the arms either, that have been the problem for Mayflower today. It's been the defense. 4 errors, really could have been 5 easily. A couple of plays not made. Out of our 9 runs, I'm be interested to look back and see how many are earned. McCoy takes the lead. Pitch to Bartlett is they're going to throw behind the base runner, not in time. Boy, that must have just been above the top of the zone. Ball 1. Play him to pull just a little in the outfield. A lot of room in right center as Rogers is covering the line pretty closely. 1-0 is outside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strike on the Eagle third baseman. He's had a good game defensively today. Small lead at first for McCoy. Swing and a ground ball to the third baseman. Barnes kind of ate him up, and that's going to be an E5. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Barnes kind of got caught in the in-between hop right there. He didn't really attack it to get the short hop, and he couldn't play it on the candy hop back there in the hot corner, and he kind of got caught in between, and the ball ate him up a little bit. So Mayflower will have runners at first and second and nobody out, trailing 9-1 in the top of the 7th inning. Catcher Crumley is the batter. As Byers' first pitch is into right field. Rogers comes on, makes the catch. The base runner way off the bag at first. And the throw is in the dirt. Hillman couldn't scoop it, and the base runner's able to get home, or back to the plate. Back to the bag. That very easily could have been an F9-3 double play, as the base runner Bartlett was just, I don't know what he was doing. He wasn't halfway, and he shouldn't have even been that far where that baseball was hit. But not a great throw from Rogers, and Hillman wasn't able to scoop it. And so it's just an F9 first out of the inning, as that pitch to Chitwood is swung on and missed. So Byers still trying to work that complete game. He's got 1 gone here in the 7th, leading at 9-1. So the only thing that probably will stop him would be his pitch count. Runners take their leads. Pitch to Chitwood is hit in the air left field. That is a fair ball. Smith comes over to cut it off. His throw is into third. The run scores from second, and Mayflower cuts into the lead. It's now 9-2. So the Eagles getting some good contact against Byers here in the 7th. We have a pinch hitter for the Eagles. That's number 3 for Valonia. That is Devontae Williams. So Devontae Williams, the batter, a right-hander, digs in from the right side, bats with runners at first and second, 1 out. Stuttgart leading 9-2 as the wind continues to whip here at the complex, blowing my score sheets everywhere. And Byers hit him. So Williams comes to the plate, wears one on the sleeve, and the bases are now loaded. And we'll see if Coach Brown is going to stay with his starter. Boy, I know he wants to. I know he wants Keaton to get the complete game. He's in line for the win no matter what. Going to have to pop those lights on here pretty soon. Coach Brown takes time. He's going to talk to his infield on the bump. We'll take a 30-second break while he does that. Back in 30. You're listening to Ricebird Baseball on Country 97.3.
Spring is right around the corner. Get your lawn and flower beds ready with House Nursery and Landscaping. Whether you need beds cleaned out, fresh mulch, new landscaping, or custom flower beds, Michael Lehman and his team have you covered. Upgrade with new metal trim, rich soil, and expert lawn treatments to keep your yard looking its best. Call Michael Lehman at 870-659-0662 or the House Nursery office at 870-830-0606. Schedule your spring makeover today. Located on Highway 79 toward Humphrey, because a beautiful yard starts here.
We will have a pitching change with 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. Keaton Byers' day on the mound is done. We can't close the book on him yet. He's responsible for the 3 base runners. J.D. Herzog comes into the game to try to get the final 2 outs of this one. So no changes to the lineup. Herzog will go to the mound. Byers will simply go to shortstop, as the senior right-hander tries to get the final 2 outs of this one. Mayflower scored 1. They're threatening with bases loaded and 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Stuttgart leading 9-2. They've out-hit the Eagles 9-6 to this point. Stuttgart committed their first error of the game here in the 7th. So while Herzog gets loose, we'll keep it here. Looks like he's just about ready. As I said, no changes in the lineup. Defense simply pitcher and shortstop are switching. Herzog came in relief of McCray against Woodlawn in our last baseball broadcast. Lasted 1/3 of an inning, so he could looking for a better outing than he had there. He just had a hard time with the strike zone against Woodlawn. You'll see the bottom of the order is the first batter, so it's 9-1-2 with the bases loaded. First pitch from Herzog is a ball down. Martrell Juergens, the batter, he is 0 for today. A couple of strikeouts. He's trying not to wear the collar. That one's in the dirt. Well, they're going to try to score that runner. That might be a mistake. The throw's in time. He's out at the plate. What a terrible baseball decision by Mayflower. Trailing 9-2, bases loaded, 1 out. They tried to score the runner on a pass ball that barely left the dirt. Prine with a nice quick play to the baseball to flip it to Herzog. 2-1 on the putout, and there's 2 gone. With the number 9 batter at the plate, Mayflower down to their final out. And that's a strike over the inner half, 2-1. Boy, that is a decision that Mayflower's coach will relive after this one. And he may not have been the one to make the call. It might have been the base runner, but at any rate, it was a bad decision. Here's the 2-1, and that is a strike over the outer half, 2-2. And from bases loaded and 1 out, down 9-2 to runners at second and third, 2 outs, and a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Can this be the end? It is. Swing and a miss. Juergens down swinging, and that's the end of the ball game. The Ricebirds knock off Mayflower here this afternoon. Final score 9-2. The Birds over the Eagles. Valonia made it interesting late as they scored 1 in the first, and then Keaton Byers shut them out for the next 5 innings. They added 1 against Byers in the 7th. J.D. Herzog comes in, shuts the door. Ricebirds scored 1 in the first, 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, 2 in the sixth, and did not bat in the 7th for the 9-2 lead. Stuttgart out hits them 9-6, 4 errors to 1 in favor of the Ricebirds as they only commit the 1 error in the 7th inning. And as the alma mater, Stuttgart alma mater plays, the 2 teams shake hands in the middle of the field, and that will do it here this afternoon. JV game coming up. You can read about this one as well as the junior varsity game in tomorrow's edition of the Stuttgart Daily Leader. That, of course, is free subscription, online only. So as we close it out here from the Ricebird Athletic Complex, we'll remind you one more time. Stuttgart wins this afternoon's varsity matchup with the Bologna Eagles by a final score of 9-2. On behalf of Derek Thacker back at the station, Andrew Skinner on the EAB YouTube live stream, thank you so much for making us a part of your Tuesday afternoon. Pay attention to the Country 97.3 Facebook page as well as Stuttgart Daily Leader for the upcoming broadcast schedule. Have a great rest of the week, and to the students, have a great spring break next week. We'll talk to you on the other side of spring break. Good night, everyone.